and welcome back to the channel. My name is Katie, and if you saw the title of today's video, I've just been waiting on it. I'm just gonna wait, probably into the night in the morning, and we're gonna hear from it. And sure enough, Amber is going to appeal again. And girlfriend is saying that this is about free speech, and she will take this to the Supreme Court if she has to. I told you, season 2 of Amber Heard and Johnny Depp is gonna get really, really interesting. I feel like we've all had so much fun with it already. Let's just keep going. And guys, if you're new here and you like this kind of content, make sure and subscribe and hit that notification bell, because honestly, I'm just going to talk about trending topics and content and laugh at how stupid this all is. Because we heard nothing of Ghislaine Maxwell, Jeff and his airplane, but we get force-fed this by the media. They don't care about us. So you know what? I'm just gonna giggle. I'm gonna giggle at the crap show that's in front of us, and let's just try to make the world the best place it can be, and we're gonna wear fun little dresses, and we're gonna be girly, and we're gonna do whatever we want. At least me. Y'all, I keep smelling roses. I'll tell you why. I love Victoria's Secret. I just put this on, patchouli rose. It's nice, but it's powdery and smells like an old lady, so then I coupled it with strawberries and champagne. Because you wanted to know that, because you can smell me. I told you we're gonna giggle through this. Also, leave a like, leave a comment. Everything helps the channel grow. Now, let's look and see how stupid this is gonna get. You know what? But the more stupid they get, the more we're gonna laugh. Hopefully I'll make a few dollars. We're gonna have some fun. Okay, here we go. This is from US Magazine. You know, because these are all reputable places. Let's get my 5-cent Sheen bracelet on. And here we go. It says, Amber Heard is appealing verdict after Johnny Depp's win in defamation case. Everything to know. Drama. Drama? What's drama? I think I was trying to say dramatic and drama at the same time, and it came out drama. Anyway, I'm barely awake, y'all. Here we go. Not over yet. Even though a jury ruled in favor of Johnny Depp in his defamation suit against ex-wife Amber Heard, their legal battle is far from over. She's 100% appealing on freedom of speech and is telling friends she is determined to take it all the way to the Supreme Court if she has to, a source told Us Weekly in June 2022 after the verdict was announced. I have some questions. Homegirl, how you gonna afford that? With your insurance? How's that coming? Unless she's got more billionaires in her back pocket we're not aware of. Hey, Elon, hey. She is not able to comprehend that she lost. The insider added that while the Aquaman star has not yet filed the appeal, she is convinced that she will win. All right. Depp, who was married to Heard from 2015 to 2017, filed a lawsuit against his Rum Diary co-star for defamation, citing an op-ed that she wrote for the Washington Post in 2018 in her essay. Heard revealed that she was a survivor of domestic blank, although she did not name the Pirates of the Caribbean star in the Post. The news outlet has since added an editor's note to the article with the trial results. She did say it on the stand, though. Camille was able to get it out of her, so I don't know what to tell you. After a 2-month trial, a jury ruled in favor of Depp, awarding the Kentucky native $10 million in compensatory damages and $5 million in punitive damages. His punitive damages award was subsequently reduced to $350,000 due to a Virginia state law that set a cap on the maximum amount that can be rewarded, which I don't think he cares about at all because, again, this was just good PR for him and getting his career back. The Justice League actress was also awarded $2 million after the jury found that Depp's attorney had made a defamatory statement about her when he alleged that her claims about him were a hoax. Please infer. So then it says, the disappointment I feel today is beyond words, Heard said in a statement to US after the verdict was announced. I'm heartbroken that the mountain of evidence still was not enough to stand up to the disproportionate power, influence, and sway of my ex-husband. I'm even more disappointed with what this verdict means for other women. It is a setback. It is a setback the clock to a time when a woman who spoke up and spoke out could be publicly shamed and humiliated. It's like, and guys, as I know a lot of y'all that are watching are women, right? We've gone through this, and like I said, unless you lucked out and you married your wonderful, sweet, high school sweetheart who's just a wonderful person, and some people do, and more power to you if you did. If you've been in the dating world, 9.9 times out of 10, you've come across a turd. and it's frustrating to hear this with women when we've gone through this so much, right? Because yes, in speaking out and saying things, you will get backlash. But when you intentionally go about lying about it in the way that she has with no remorse, it only makes our fight and our uphill battle that much worse. And these are and the hard thing is, and you guys know this, these are complicated topics. Like one thing that's been talked about a little bit, but not enough, is reactive abuse on both sides. There's also other things, like with things that I've gone through. My abusers would gaslight, and I grew up in this stuff, right? And then it translated later into relationships because that's what I learned to attract, didn't they? Teach you to protect them. You protect your abusers. And what ends up happening as a result is any evidence of what they've done, they very carefully make sure doesn't exist, or they even have you destroy it. So a lot of times, even the arguments of, well, there's no evidence. Well, there can be reasons for that. And now these are not arguments for Amber, right? I'm not saying that, I'm not saying I'm for her. What I'm saying is these are very big, nuanced topics that already have uphill battles. So when she plays the games and she gets in there and she manipulates and lies in the way that she did, it only makes it that much worse for the people and the women who are going through the real issues. And I feel bad saying that because I'm not saying she didn't get abused. It sounds like they did it to both of them. But again, in how she has gone about this and presented this only makes it worse for women, and yet she's acting like she's this champion for women. And that's the point, I think, with me and a lot of women who've been through this, that we get frustrated, that we see through. So yeah, and you will get pushback. When I've spoken up about it in my life, oh my gosh, have I ever. People who've watched me for a long time, you've seen some of what's happened to me. So I know that you guys understand, but that's why this story is so frustrating. Okay, sorry, that little side tangent, but kind of drives me nuts. She's the defender of women. No, girl, you're the defender of your pocketbook. Like, sit down. The Magic Mike XXL star continued. I'm sad I lost the case, but I'm sadder still that I seem to have lost a right I thought I had as an American to speak freely and openly. And defame anybody you want, apparently. Just say whatever you want and ruin careers and crap in beds, who cares? She crapped in somebody's bed! Like, I'm still not over this. Depp, for his part, released a statement on his own following the jury's ruling, in which he noted he was humbled and pleased with the decision. From the very beginning, the goal of bringing this case was to reveal the truth, regardless of the outcome, he said in a statement to us. Speaking the truth was something that I owed to my children and to all who have remained steadfast in their support of me. I feel at peace knowing that I have finally accomplished that. So then it says, her reaction to the verdict. The disappointment I feel today is beyond words. The Never Back Down star told US in June 2022. I'm heartbroken that the mountain of evidence still was not enough to stand up to the disproportionate power, influence, and sway of my ex-husband. She continued, it sets back the idea that hurting women is to be taken seriously, Heard argued in her statement. I believe Johnny's attorneys succeeded in getting the jury to overlook the key issue of freedom of speech. It's defamation. It's defamation, girl. They ruled defamation because it's defamation. And ignore evidence that was so conclusive that we won a libel trial with a son in the UK. I'm sad I lost this case, but I'm sadder still that I seem to have lost a right that I thought I had as an American to speak freely. Girl. And it says, his reaction to the jury. Speaking the truth was something that I owed to my children and to all those who have remained steadfast in their support of me. I feel at peace knowing I have finally accomplished that, the Mordecai star said in a statement to us, adding that he was overwhelmed by the outpouring of love and the colossal support and kindness from around the world. I also hope that the position will now return the innocent until proven guilty, both within the courts and the media. My throat decided to just F off, excuse me. Thank you, histamine. The day after the jury reached a decision, Depp performed alongside friend Jeff Beck at a concert in Gateshead, England, where the pair announced they had recorded an album together. We actually made an album. I don't know how that happened. They'll be out in July, Vett told the crowd. And it says paying the damages. During a July 2022 appearance on the Today Show, after the verdict, Heard's lawyer, Elaine Brendahoff, said she was absolutely not able to pay that $10.35 million in damages. So here's now the next question. If we're going to appeal this all the way to the Supreme Court, right, she's going to have to pony up some of that money. So I'm wondering when it comes to that, because with Judge A, right, with Penny, she said you have to put up a certain amount and you have to do it a certain way. So for each time she now goes up the ladder with this situation, my question and what I'm wondering is how much more is she going to have to actually put up for what she owes, what type of interest, and now she didn't have any insurance. This is going to get so interesting. Now, and we're going to hear so much more about this one. Here it comes. Heard's attorney says social media played a role in the decision. We know that documentary is coming, so it says. While speaking with Savannah Guthrie, Heard's attorney claimed that Depp's team wanted to demonize Amber and suppress the evidence against the actor before he lost a libel suit against The Sun in the UK in November 2020. Brendahoff also noted that the vitriol against Heard on social media also played a role. How can you not see it? They go home every night. They have families. Their families are on social media, she said. There's no way they couldn't have been influenced by it, and it was horrible. It was really lopsided against Heard. It was lopsided because Heard's actions, because of Heard's lies. It's not like everybody was like, oh, she's a woman, let's gang up on her. She must be a dumb little woman. It wasn't like that. It's because of her own behaviors. That's why it was lopsided. Now, let's get into the meat and bones. Plans to appeal. 3 days after the verdict, a source confirmed to us that the Texas native 100% plans to appeal, according to Brendahoff. Heard was affected by the ramifications that this case could have on other survivors of domestic blank in the future. One of the first things she said is, I'm so sorry to all those women out there. This is a setback for women, and outside of the courtroom, she said on Today, she feels really burdened. The setback is doing the crap you did, and the lies, and the BS, and the performance that you put on that makes it that much harder for all of us. That's the setback. The cards were stacked, it says. In her post, Whitney also claimed, Whitney, her sister, that the cards were stacked against her in the trial. I'm so sorry it wasn't reflective of the decisions made by the jury, but I will never give up on you, she wrote, and neither will anyone who stands with you. Forever by your side, is what she wrote about her sister. Speaks up. And in the wake of the trial, Heard's sister Whitney, who testified on the Danish Girl actress's behalf, shared a public message of support for her. I still stand with you, sissy. Whitney wrote via Instagram June 2022, yesterday, today, and tomorrow, I will always be proud of you for standing up for yourself, for testifying both here in Virginia and the UK, and for being the voice of so many who can't speak to the things that have happened behind closed doors because we all don't have billionaires in our back pockets. She continued, I'm so honored to testify for you, and I would do it 1,000,000 times over because I know what I saw and because I know the truth is forever on your side. Arguing the wrong case. Heard's legal team filed a 43-page memorandum on July 1st demanding that the verdict be tossed due to insufficient evidence and a new trial should take place. The filings argue that instead of proving Heard hurt his career in her 2018 essay with the Washington Post, which is why he sued her for defamation, he was instead trying to disprove the initial 2016 domestic blank allegations, which were not up for judgment. Depp's team, claiming they'd seek to limit damages, claims to the period December 18, 2018 through November 2nd, 2020. Instead of proving how the op-ed negatively affected them in that time, the Edward Scissorhands star lawyer proceeded solely on a defamation by implication theory, abandoning any claims that Ms. Heard's statements were actually false, the filing said. And insufficient evidence, this is what she's saying. Without the UK's judgment, in which the court ruled Depp's assaulted Heard in 14 alleged incidents, so the Sun was not libelous when calling him a wife herder, or allowing Heard to submit evidence from when the alleged wrongdoings took place. Heard's team claimed the verdict is unfair. He didn't provide evidence that the op-ed was why he lost in his role in the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise. There were articles noting he wouldn't be in the 6th film more than 2 months before Heard's essay was published. Depp was never contracted to do a 6th film per the filing, so he cannot claim damages for a film that he was never contracted to do and was already in development without him on board before Heard's essay was published per the 43-page document. And then the juror, are they not verified? Heard's July 1st filing claims that one juror was not properly verified. Juror 15 listed birth year was 1945, but apparently didn't look like a 77-year-old. Publicly available information demonstrates that he appears to have been born in 1970, Heard's legal team stated. The discrepancy raises the question whether Juror 15 actually received a summons for the jury and was properly vetted by the court to serve on the jury. No mistrial. In July 2022, Judge Penny Azcaret denied Heard's request for a mistrial after the actress and her attorney claimed that one of the jurors was not properly verified. The judge declared that the juror was properly questioned by both Heard and Depp's legal teams. The party also questioned the jury's panel for a full day and informed the court that the jury's panel was acceptable. Azcaret wrote in her decision, "Therefore, due process was guaranteed and provided to all parties in this litigation. There is no evidence of fraud or wrongdoing." Azcaret added that Heard and her legal team didn't allege that the juror's inclusion was prejudice to her in any way. The juror was vetted, sat for the entire jury, deliberated, and reached a verdict, the judge continued. The only evidence before this court is that the juror and all jurors followed their oaths, the court's instructions, and orders. The court is bound by the competent decision of this jury. So let's actually look and see what this appeal is going to look like. So I got some information right here, and it says, Heard still has the ability to appeal the verdict to the Virginia Court of Appeals. The issues presented to the appellate court could be well different from the issues Azcaret rejected Wednesday. So it looks like that's going to be the next step, the Virginia Court of Appeals, and how that's going to work. And I think I read somewhere that could be a 6-week process, but guys, it looks like it's not over. It's not over. And like I said, I think season 2 is going to be fantastic. My goodness. All right, guys, what do you think about this? I'm just like, how many more weeks and months is this going to go on? But like I said, I'm almost like, who cares? Let's have fun. Let's giggle at the silliness, which is what we're going to do on this channel. And screw it. Let's see what happens. All right, guys, if you like this video and you want to see more content like this and just laugh your way through all the stupidness of this, subscribe and hit that notification bell. Would love to have you on this channel. Also, leave a comment. Tell me what you think. A like, everything greatly helps. And with that, I'm going to end it. Y'all are filled in. Season 2, here we come. All right, guys, take care. Lots of love, lots of blessings. Till the next video, I'm giving everybody hugs. Mwah! Kisses, stay safe, and I will see you soon. Bye, guys.